Welcome to another edition of Relationship Ed, where we try to figure out what's going on in men's head.
Her head.
Today we are going to jump into a topic. It's long distance relationship. Are you for it or are you against it? Because I don't like it.
I think it's an interesting topic, to be honest. Thank you, our viewer, for sending out this question. You know yourself. Big shout out. I guess it depends on, for me, the person that you get to meet and interact with. If the person you happen to meet lives elsewhere and visits your island, or you go there and visit where they're from and end up seeing more than just a physical connection with this person but have to leave, then that question becomes relevant. I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all kind of question where, oh, I'm just for it or I'm just against it because I don't trust people further than where I can see you, that kind of thing. But if you are engaged in a relationship that has distance in between, you have to take it for what it's worth. Find out who the person is. You have an invested interest to showcase who you are, your culture, your beliefs from where you are, as well as they will in turn do the same. I'm not for or against it. I'm for relationships, however they appear, however they come. Do you have any thoughts on that,
Well,
Tina?
For me, just want to make this clear that I am not sharing views that I think other women are sharing, like I generally do. This one is just, oh my God, this has been something that I think for about 10 to 15 years now I've had this view. I don't like the idea of long distance relationships because I think it gives room for insecurity. It gives room for, even as it relates to friends, because sometimes we're thinking about this as, just a relationship between a man and a woman intimately, but it really goes to friends as well, for me. Alright, so as it relates to even for friendships, it might not be insecurity, but it can just be about if your love language is affection and talk about, like when you're talking to somebody, you like to have a, eye to eye. I know so we can do video call. It is not the same. Sometimes the whole thing buffer, what if barriers there in terms of communication with that. So for me, I like physical. I like to see you. I like to be able to feel you, touch my friend. If me feel stressed out and me say, yo, so me I come across, me go over my friend yard, me lie up on our bed, me talk and me say, so this I go on with me or whatever. I love that kind of thing.
Those are some good points. And I agree with some of what you said there. Back to the distance part where I was coming from to tie in with your point. Eventually, if you guys, two partners who are in different places, decide that you really want a relationship, initially, if you guys aren't in the same place, the idea is to get to that place. So you're gonna showcase acts of either service if that's your love language, affection if that's your love language, more so in the same space, that physical space together. So I think there are other ways to show those love languages even with distance, and especially if the relationship includes certain legal matters that will take things out of both of your hands. For example, if the intention is to get married, one person coming to the other person's place of residence, that in and of itself takes time. If the relationship is one with distance, as it relates to friendships, it's a little bit difficult or tricky for me to say yes to what you just said. I think if my friends, and I have examples of this, who are living overseas right now, that the relationship is a little strained because there is distance. However, it's also due to the nature of the job, so that can take a toll as well. But we have already developed that physical relationship in the friendship, so it will last even if there are difficulties as well.
I want to know something full of story, right? So, story time. I had this friend in high school, and we had a good friendship, throughout. And I was always in every relationship. I want to chat the most, obviously. Yes. So me always I share my story. She went away. She came back apparently for my birthday. She said whatever, and I I appreciated that. Like I was like, oh my god, like emotional and stuff when she told me that she was here for my birthday. Years passed, you know, I used to go and probably stay with her grandmother. We had a good relationship. Then grandma died. Now, how I found out about grandma dying was, I think, on Facebook. Listening to people, this was my best friend. And how me to find this out is Facebook, I guess, and somebody tell me so they spot my best friend a Mobile, and this girl supposed to be a friend. So after that, based on the relationship with me and grandma did have, you know, it hit me. I felt like it was my own grandmother, you know, or my mother died. So I was kind of like, you know what I mean? So eventually, to cut long story short, she was concerned about how I was behaving, which I understood that too. She went back and, you know, posting start going, you know, like, they might post about their new friend, or they go, your son, this and whatever. I'm like, whatever. Our friend, because she there fine now, and she, you know, she have new friend and it's fine. Backside, one day, girl threw a word on Facebook about the whole thing. And I'm like, what? No, man, we are friends. Talk to me. Say, Christina, you know, say, this is what's happening. So when I reached out to her, she told me that, yes, it is me. She talking. And I said, oh my God, like, it was heartbreaking. And I'm like, shit. You know, this whole distance, it caused me to be blind and naive, because I was there thinking, oh, she has a new friend, but then it's just an additional friend. It's not a case where it'll go mash up me and she. But little did I know that our relationship was coming to an end. So for me, I think long distance relationships cause blindness. It causes a whole heap of naive. Is there a word such as that?
No.
Because if you be naive, right? Because you're thinking, your man good and in there for any video call every day, and you feel like say, yeah, you alone and him a woman in a bed while he even talk to you, because I know them situations there too. You get what me I say? And I'm not creating any level of
distrust.
Distrust. That's what I look for. With between you and your spouse, if you are living, you know, long distance and have that going, I mean, keep it up. But I'm just saying, like, this is my experience with it.
Not all, and let me just counter here a little bit. Not all long distance relationships include either partner talking to their friend or their partner on the phone and then having somebody beside them.
Of course, you know that.
I know for a fact that persons who are serious about relationships and their job, their living arrangements causes them to move elsewhere, who stay focused. And if it is that seriously you are looking for a steady relationship, something that can mature into a family overall or over time, then you can trust that the person will be a good representative of themselves and also of the relationship elsewhere, separate and apart from how far you can see them or how quickly they can get to you. When it comes on to the long-term part, though, it's very tricky, as you mentioned. It's not as cut and clear, as dry cut as everything else, where if you are in the same physical space and if you guys communicate effectively, you can immediately work on things. I get that, and I agree with that. That distance does cause some level of concern. If the relationship is rocky, if there's a level of distrust, those things can be amplified by distance. But so too, it can be said about other things. So it's not necessarily, because it's a long distance relationship, that it will ultimately fail. I think it depends too on the partners as well. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Always comment. Let me know if you like some of the suggestions. Give us some suggestions as well. We like to see what's going on the internet space. What do you think about what I just said?
I think
Christina.
I think sorry.
This is generally what
We
we're
really
going to do
feel
when
like-
good points come across, you know?
No,
Yes.
Everybody will know me, gonna know say, if spade a spade, give to Caesar what due to them, right? Yes, you have some good points. It's just that I'm thinking about, of course, I wanted to outline some of the positives out of a long distance relationship. So for example, if the person is abroad, so the income will increase. So no do that struggle together and he say, yo honey, so I'm gonna go get an opportunity and whatever. So we talk about income, you talk about more
opportunities for growth.
Opportunities.
Right, for the person, for the relationship. I mean, and this is exactly what I'm saying. If there's an agreement that there's trust there and there's betterment for one person in the party, it should be seen as a betterment for both persons in the party. And if the person leaves and that is understood, the distance in and of itself plays a part, but it's not something that will tear the relationship apart or tear it down for that matter as well.
Right.
The opportunities that you did speak about are very clear, and there are more. If you know some, you can share with us. Definitely, financially, that's another thing. Getting exposed, as you mentioned, to different environments and different ways of doing things could be another factor to help the relationship as well. Because people think differently in different parts of the world.
Right, it's good for networking to, like, we can think about all of them wonderful things, but if I were to go into all the disadvantages, trust me, I think I have way more disadvantage to that. In terms of inland, long distance relationship, why? We have to meet halfway. So if I live at town, maybe me come up 2 times for a week or something, or you come down 2 times, but come on, it can't happen. Trust me, I think we really can find some way. Oh my God, we really can find some way. Because we know people, you know, we move out of them hometown and them have them man and then live our next person with our next. You get what I say with our next man? Comfortably. You better know that, and I'm not talking a story. I'm just saying, like, these are some of the things that you can think of. You might be home and you feel secure in your relationship. I'm not going to tell you to find ways to go stir up no animosity between you and your spouse just because I said this. I'm just sharing my view, okay? I do not believe that, I don't believe in long distance relationships.
This is a very interesting topic because you can see clearly, guys, that there are a lot of ideas out there, both good and bad. I don't keep score on things, but maybe the negatives outweigh the good. But again, it depends on the people in the relationship. We're not counselors, as Christy said. We're not trying to profess to be anything like that. But we are trying to start meaningful conversations as well. To showcase, guys, that even in a relationship, communication is very important. Especially when it comes on to disagreeing ideas, to come to a place of mutual understanding. People can agree to disagree, and the relationship still meets that standard where both persons are still in love and still trust each other implicitly as well. A very interesting point of view. I really like the idea for this question. Again, thumbs up to you, our subscriber, viewer. Do we have anything to end with?
Pretty much, I just want to advise you that we are working on the panel discussions. A lot of you have been reaching out and say, oh, you need to have a panel on this topic. We get it. But we need people who are not camera shy, video shy. I mean, we were all shy. Come on, people. You are just going to be sharing your view. You're sharing your thoughts. And not like, nobody now going to come bash you or whatever for you. I mean, of course, people are going to have their own opinions. But, oh my God, put that aside, man. And come in.
It's literally just a conversation.
Oh,
it's so easy. It's especially with Chrissy, having those difficult dive-in conversations, deep ones, makes the interaction on screen a whole lot better. Guys, it's been another interesting episode here on Relationship Ed, where we try to figure out what's going on in each other's head. I'm your boy, Main.
My girl, Christy B. We're out. Alright, guys, so I just want to tell you that we are going to go live for the first time. Yeah! We are going to go live next week, Tuesday. So you can tune in. If there are any changes, we'll definitely let you know. But yes, we are going to go live. We are going to ask you for, any questions that you may have. We'll be happy to kind of flesh them out as best as we can.
Of course, guys, season's greetings down below. Hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. It's your girl, Chrissy B, and your boy, Omain, on Relationship Ed. Happy New Year when it comes. Merry Christmas. Take care, guys.